Okay, this video, try something new. This video will be called Guitar Talk, or so I can just talk about some guitar stuff and maybe teach people some stuff they didn't know, or yeah, do or whatever, you know, just get people a little bit more well informed about acoustic guitars and electric guitars. I will start by talking about this guitar and the parts of the guitar. This is a Fender Stratocaster. Stratocaster body, 62 Stratocaster neck, vintage noiseless pickups, and yeah, this is my baby. I've had this guitar for a while, and I love it, and I've never felt a guitar that felt as good in my hands or anything. And I have worked countless hours soldering and trying out new things with the electronics for different tones. As any guitar player will tell you, that you know, they're constantly searching for that perfect tone, and most of the time you'll never find it. You'll get close, but you'll never find that tone really that's in your head, and maybe that's a good thing, because then you're constantly working for something. But yeah, I'll start. This is the neck. This is obviously the body. This is called the headstock. These are tuning keys. These are called string trees. There's a truss rod running through a steel rod running up the neck, because there's you know, quite a bit of tension on the neck because of the strings. That in the old days, before truss rods, a long time ago, the neck, or I think some guitars might still be made without truss rods. Not very many though. I don't think I've ever seen one. And the neck will actually bend, and it still does, and that's why you adjust the truss rod. But yeah, that's that. These little things are called frets, and that's where you put your fingers in between those for the different notes. The strings, obviously. This is called the bridge. These are called pickups. That's the electronics that the sound goes into and is sent through the cable into the amplifier. You got your two tone knobs and your volume knob, and your pickup selector switch, which I'll talk about in just a second, and your input jack. You got your back plate, which leads to the actual tremolo bridge bar. You get your back plate. Most Fender guitars, there are a couple of one-piece Fender guitars, but not many. Most of the Stratocaster and Telecasters have bolt-on necks, and yeah. And I'm actually going to switch this so you can, so I can show you a couple things about the pickup selector switches and whatnot. Let's see here. Okay, good. Okay. This is the pickup selector switch. These are obviously the pickups, as I just said, and what it does, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different positions. In the very bottom position, it's just the bridge pickup, which this is the bridge obviously, and this is the neck. So this is the bridge pickup, the middle pickup, the neck pickup. Simple. So in this position, it's just the bridge pickup. In this position, it's the bridge and the middle together. In this position, it's just the middle pickup. In this position, it's the middle and the neck. And just this position is just the neck. And each pickup has its own sort of sound, its own sort of unique sound. Like the bridge pickup has a little bit more trebly sound to it. So that's the bridge. Here's the bridge in the middle. The middle. The middle and neck. And the neck. And that's the pickup selector switch. And I'll say I usually use the neck and the middle pickup. That's usually what you'll hear me playing on. Although I do change a lot for different songs or for different sounds. Well, I guess I should talk about this as something I never use, which is the tremolo arm, or whammy bar, as some people like to call it. And what it does is it screws into the bridge of the Stratocaster. Some of them just slip in. And what it does is you push on it, and like I said, I do a lot of bends and vibratos with my fingers, so I don't really need to use this, but what it does is when you push it or pull it, it loosens the string or tightens the string just like a bend and makes a sound, a different sound. Like that. There are a couple of artists that use, like Stevie Ray Vaughan used it for his song Lenny. That's that. I rarely ever and never use the tremolo arm, but so you not or all the videos you'll see I won't have that in. But yeah, I'll talk about as I said, some bands use like a lot of the Rolling Stones music. You'll hear a lot of the bridge pickup because Keith Richards uses a Telecaster, and so, or most of the time, and they don't. Most Telecasters are the ones he uses. The 52 doesn't have a middle pickup, and he usually plays on that bridge pickup, which is what the Telecasters are known for, and sort of that sound that sort of that kind of Rolling Stones sounding stuff. Now I'll talk about and I'm trying to hurry here because I know I have a time limit, so I'm trying to hurry. I don't want to make a 30-minute video. I'll talk about reverb next, and reverb is a thing. It sort of makes it sound like you're in a box almost, like a sort of an echo, but not not a delay, but an echo sounding. Like here's without the reverb. And here's with a relatively large amount of reverb. You know, I usually use it about right here is where I usually play. And yeah, that's reverb. And what you heard me switch to for the Rolling Stones song I played is called distortion, and for those of you who don't know, it sort of makes the guitar sound like it's really, really loud. And yeah. And there's songs, some songs just don't sound right without distortion, like that, and as the same, some songs don't sound right without reverb, which a song like Stairway to Heaven has sort of a lot of reverb. It gives that sort of mystical sound. So my last video, yeah, Wait Until Tomorrow, the Jimi Hendrix song, which I believe the video was cut short because my battery died. That's also sort of a more reverby sounding song. Yeah, there's just all kinds of stuff that you can do. I mean, and I talked in the other video about how sort of different artists, like I played that Stevie Ray Vaughan song, how they can sound completely different. They can be on one side of the spectrum to another, just on one album or whatever. Like I played Lenny just a bit ago on the video earlier on, and here's another Stevie Ray Vaughan song. This sort of like that, and yeah, I think I covered just about everything I wanted to cover with the electric guitar. If I think of something else that I wanted to talk about, oh yeah, I wanted to talk about the tone knobs and how what they sort of do. And as I say, I'm constantly fiddling and resoldering and getting new stuff, electronics for the guitar, and so I've kind of fried my lower tone pot. So I've got most of the wires going into just the one tone pot, so it controls all the pickups as opposed to just the front two or the back one or whatever. And so what it does is it sort of makes stuff. It sounds a little bit more bassy. This is with it turned all the way up. Sort of, I call it, you know, my B.B. King tone, which sort of. And it's also like Eric Clapton's Cream sort of era sound, which is called his woman tone. That sort of. And I guess what I didn't talk about really was the bending and the vibrato, which the vibrato can take some time to learn, and it can be very difficult. And I remember when I first was trying it, it was like it felt so awkward. Now I can, you know, do it with any finger, pinky, ring, middle, index. All the bending is just pushing up, and it puts tension on the string and makes it higher pitch. Like your whole thing is, you know, you could either play here or. And those are called hammer-ons. That's called a hammer-on, and because you press down that finger, and then the pull-off is just that, you pull the finger off. So that's a hammer-on pull-off right there. Like that. Even the most simple stuff can really be the most beautiful. I play a lot of blues. That's really my favorite style to play of an electric guitar. That is but that's the Fender Stratocaster, and I'll play just a little bit, talk a little bit about the acoustic guitar here, which is my other baby. Acoustic guitar, same thing. Body, you got the pick guard or scratch plate. You got your bridge, you got your strings, you got your nut, you got the tuning keys. Sorry. And this is called a capo. You can use this on electric guitar, although I don't usually do it. It basically moves the nut wherever you want it. Some songs you need it because, like, say the song "Free Fallin'" by Tom Petty. It just doesn't sound right. Now you capo it at the first fret, how it's supposed to be, and how he plays it on the album. So that's what the capo does. It sort of makes the range a little different, and you know, like you do. That is called finger picking, and I'll talk about that in a second. I have a couple of songs that I've written like that. Like that, that's one of them. But there's just, I played my my Neil Young medley for you that I played in another, my Neil Young record collection video. I think if I can remember it, how it went. I'll try to play the right order. It might be a little different though. And that right there, I guess I should say, that's called harmonics. But yeah, I guess I'll move the camera one more time, and then I'll end the video because I know I'm running on 20 minutes here. But here we go, to talk about the finger picking, and then that will be okay. Finger picking can, let me move my chair here. Finger picking can take quite a while to learn. It can be very difficult and odd because you're doing one thing with this hand and then you're hitting these different strings with this hand. Like that. It's very like sort of like you can play sort of simpler stuff like Cocaine Blues. And that's the finger picking and harmonics. You just and that's Guitar Talk episode 1, because it's a very, very long video, I know, and I apologize if anybody finished the video. I do apologize for it being so long. But yeah, anything I didn't think of to put in this video, I'll put in the next.